Barcelona. The bloodshed and violent scenes of Sunday's independence vote in Catalonia will leave a deep scar on Spain. And they make it more likely, though far, far from certain, that a new country will be born. The Spanish government both succeeded and failed on Sunday. Its stated aim was to stop the Catalan independence vote, but this was never going to happen. Sheer numbers were against them. An army of volunteers, aided by the resources of the Catalonian state and by the determination of its people, made sure that millions were able to put their mark on pieces of paper. And those marks added up to a towering victory for independence. But Madrid's real aim was to delegitimize the vote. A crucial court decision, holding that the referendum was not only without legal force but actually illegal, was one element. A Spanish national police officer clashes with pro-referendum supporters in Barcelona on Sunday. Photo AP and a concerted effort by national police attacked the voting infrastructure, confiscating pre-printed ballot papers, shutting down computer systems, making it easier to argue that this was not a properly democratic, auditable, secure result. It was just a collection of debatable marks on photocopied pieces of paper. And if it did not reflect the true full will of the Catalan people, there was no reason for Madrid to respect that result. A man shows a bruise on his back allegedly caused by Spanish riot police after clashes near a school assigned to be a polling station. Photo AP. This may have been enough. But Madrid went too far. Its last move, on Sunday morning, was to send riot police in to seize ballot boxes and physically remove voters from polling stations. Volunteers, acting as polling station officials, start to count ballots after the polling station closed in the Poblenou neighborhood in Barcelona on Sunday. Photo AP. Thousands were waiting, in peaceful human barriers to block their way. And the riot police kept coming, leaving hundreds bloodied in their wake, firing rubber bullets as they passed. Volunteers start to count ballots during a blackout after the polling station closed at the La Lacuna school in Barcelona. Photo AP. All for the sake of shutting down a small fraction of the country's polling stations. In the age of social media, as graphic video of the police action spread virally, this was a tactical blunder that may have lost the war. It galvanized voters instead of cowing them. It hardened resentment of the central government. Anecdotally but believably, it turned some no votes to yes. It worked to re-legitimize the referendum, not as an accurate count of the people's will, but as a brutal validation of the spirit of the vote. The Catalans I spoke to wanted independence because they felt the central government did not best represent them. After a bloody Sunday, that argument had a lot of new evidence to draw on. The locals are going to remember two things from today: the camaraderie of their fellow independence voters and the hostility of their southern compatriots. From now it's impossible to predict the next step. This is not an age of compromise, and new countries have historically been born of moments like this. It's unlikely that border posts will spring up anytime soon on the highway from Barcelona to Madrid. It's also unlikely that the misstep will be enough to unseat Mariano Rajoy, the Spanish Prime Minister, though it will certainly weaken his control over his minority government. If the Catalan government, as it has said it will, declares independence, then Spain has the option under the national constitution of seizing control of the administration. But that could lead to more ugly scenes. At the very least, Spain has lit a new fire under Catalans' independence movement. It may be forced to the bargaining table and may have to come with a new deal offering greater autonomy for the region.